Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I seek. We are the elite, and you are the weak. And I will always get back up on my feet. Why are they alive? Radio on the way.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone messiah, Phillip Brandon. I'm joined by the Canadian destroyer, BT Brandon Tangoma.
Yes, that's me. I'm here. We're 452 episodes of the Bulletcast. We're here to talk wrestling and all else that entails, because we will go on side tangents. That is guaranteed. At least I would go on side tangents. Y'all know that.
But I feel like the people enjoy the side tangents.
If
They make us human.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on in the world. You know, maybe we'll get a little political, talk about the government shutdown. We'll talk about...
Hey, did we do it the last time it shut down?
Well, I don't know.
We'd have to go back and check the tape.
I'll ask Phillip his MLB playoff predictions, because I know he's definitely locked in right now. By the way, Mr. X, we're sorry.
Shout out, what's his name? Hideo Itami.
It was a tough look. The wrestler?
Not Hideo Itami.
Not Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We don't talk about the Dodgers right now. It's a tough look, especially for Mr. X right now. He's mourning the loss of his Cincinnati Reds. The only team to not go to 3 games. The only team to not win a playoff game thus far. So
that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. John Cena's last match. We already knew it was Saturday night's main event. But the official poster has come out.
It has officially been announced in Washington, D.C. John Cena's last match will be Saturday night's main event, December 13th. So now speculation, who's it going to be? What's he going to do? He's in this kind of weird AJ Styles match where there's really no story. It's just a match for the sake of having a match, because I think the thing is he did the whole countdown thing. So like, it's very open. He's very open how many dates he has, and he's only outside of the show next week, it's gonna be like 3 dates. So it's like, what are we gonna do? 4 dates.
Yeah, I don't think we need stories anymore. Like we're so, the numbers are have trickled down so much. It's just gonna be matches, man. I'm cool with Cena. Like,
because
these last 4 appearances are all matches. I'm cool with that.
He's got the Saturday night's main event. Then he's already announced he's going to do Boston in the Garden. So that's 3. Then the
War Games,
the Perth show, and he's advertised for Survivor Series. Is that like official? Because I'm not really paying attention to like the dates he's really.
Yeah.
Okay, so then.
Yeah. So after Perth, it's the Garden.
So 3 pay-per-views
Boston,
and then 2 TV shows or whatever those are.
Yeah, 2 Raws, 2 pay-per-views. Yeah, bro. Like, can we do the John Cena Open Challenge for the remainder of this? I'm cool with that.
I mean, like you said, they're just basically doing matches at this point. There's no angles. I would assume he's going to do promos for the Boston and MSG shows, and Saturday night's main event, like if it's a 2-hour show, I would assume like maybe an hour of it is going to be just dedicated to John Cena.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's kind of ran through a lot of, he's going through not the motions, but he's going through a lot of the, nostalgia acts. He's wrestling Punk. He's going back to Styles. Do they do a fresh feud? But it's not really a feud, because he's not going to be building up unless they do use those TV shows to build something up. But
talking about a young guy,
not even a young guy. I mean, I feel like Drew McIntyre's like a perfect guy.
That's been the talk of the town. Drew McIntyre retires John Cena. That's been the talk of the town. Or people were like, "What if Gunther retires John Cena and Bill Goldberg in the same year?" That will boost him up immensely.
Yeah, I mean, I know Gunther's had that. I think it was a nose injury coming out of SummerSlam. So, it's been very radio silent in terms of his recovery and his timeline for coming back. Royal Rumble would seem like a great time, but if he's going to come back earlier, a John Cena retirement match would be the perfect fit for him.
It needed wood. It's really almost over.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like just yesterday he went to the Toronto, whatever show he like announced that he
It
was
was
going to
Money in the Bank
retire.
London.
I don't know, some overseas show. There's too many
Yeah,
of them to keep track of. Where he announced that it was going to happen, and like we're a handful of shows away, even though we're only in October.
yeah. This is it. This is the final curtain call, man. We're coming down to it. Braun Strowman may play Jason Voorhees.
Well, Jason Voorhees, big dude. Braun Strowman, big dude. Gonna have to shave the beard, so that'd be a visual if he's gonna get in that blue jumpsuit. I mean,
Yeah, you could see. I just watched the newest Texas Chainsaw Massacre last night. Finally saw that. It came out what 2022. I was like, wow, this is something. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. I'm like a big scary movie guy. Not that like I'm scared to watch them. I don't really watch much movies in general. So
It
I,
was it was it was on where I was. I was like, this is I. Yeah.
and
AEW and DC Justice League comic books. What?
Yep, AEW announced, or DC, I don't know who exactly announced it, but probably a joint venture that AEW and DC are going to be doing some sort of Justice League comic crossover thing. DC, Warner Brothers, they are together, so it's no shock that AEW is going into the DC realm. Just another big name to be attached with AEW. I don't really know what this means. AEW wrestling culture and comic book culture are very much intertwined. I'm more of the sports comic book type or sports wrestling type than the comic book wrestling type, but I am well aware there's a lot of comic book guy people out there that are into wrestling as well. So this is kind of right up those people's alley.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see what happens with this. Blood and Guts, November 12th, Greensboro.
Yep, that got announced officially. Clearly, the Death Riders could be one. People are speculating maybe a women's War Games. I think Mercedes Moné talked a little bit about that she would like to be in the first one ever. So you could see either which way because it's not like the WWE one where they have the male and female matches. They're probably just gonna have one and build
She
around
never
that
got
one.
in the War Games in WWE, huh?
Nope, she
Damn.
did not. So it makes sense, but I just don't know because that'd be you know a little bit 5 weeks from now what exactly the story would be if it would be all females. But we'll have to wait and see. Blood and Guts always draws well and does a good viewership, so they pushed it a little bit back because it used to be like June, July, but now that's when like All In, All Out took place. They kind of moved it back to November, so we're gonna get double War Games in November.
I mean, well, one is War Games, one
Sorry,
is what?
double ring cage matches.
No, they just do one ring.
Which one?
AEW, they just do one ring.
No, they do two rings for Blood and Guts.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Are we sure?
Check the tape.
I could have swore it was just a giant cage in one ring.
I mean, they've done cage matches and they've done
When was the last Blood and Guts they did? Let me look this up. I'm actually very curious. See, you got me all curious now. You see what you've done?
I mean, my reputation's on the line here. I'm the AEW guy.
AEW Blood and Guts. Let's see, Blood and Guts. Okay, I have to wait for this ad to be over. Jesus, I hate ads.
Last one was July 24th, 2024. We had Team AEW for Swerve Briscoe, Darby Allin, Max Caster, and Anthony Bowens. They were still together, taking on the Elite Matthew Jackson, Matt and Nick Jackson, Okada,
Okay,
Jeff
it is two
Perry,
rings. All right, I'm sorry.
Hangman Adam Page.
It is two rings. My fault. I don't know why I thought it was just one giant. That's because their cage touches the ground like that. Okay, that's why. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? Their version of the match beyond. So we shall see. We shall see. Kelly and Tate twins. Case gets AEW dismissed. What happened?
So this has been in the news for a little bit. I don't think we ever really talked about this, but when Kevin Kelly got fired from AEW last year, he filed a basically was a defamation against Ian Riccaboni and then also like wrongful termination lawsuit, and then the Tate twins, who are the boys, in ROH and
Oh, Dalton
AEW,
Castle's
Don
boys.
Castle's boys, yeah, they also joined the lawsuit for similar things of wrongful termination. So this has been going on for quite some time, like a year, I think like late last year. And then the judge basically said, send it to arbitration, but then they appealed that because they want to, get some sort of, once again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how it exactly works. They try to appeal. So it seems as though this little saga, this little, court incident between AEW and some former talent has maybe not been resolved, but at least has ended in the court of law. So
Wow, maybe this
there
is
you
why
go.
Tony Khan was all smiles at the Niners Jaguars game a couple days ago.
Also helps that his team is 3-1.
Yeah,
And it should be 4-0, but Mr. X's Cincinnati Bengals beat them.
Tony Khan was out here in the Bay Area, man. He was out here amongst our people.
Yeah, bring AEW show here. Right back at the Chase Center. Why not? Even though those tickets probably gonna be too expensive.
Go run all in at Levi's. We'll see. Ahmed Johnson, the former Intercontinental Champion, broke his ribs in a car crash, but he's okay.
Yeah, he seems like he's okay. Scary picture. He posted up on Facebook. I think he got like rear-ended very severely. Like the back end of his car was just like completely demolished. But luckily, if you can say luckily, all he had was some broken ribs, and it seems as though he will be fine. So shout out Ahmed Johnson, one of the I think, maybe not. I don't know how to explain it, but just like there was a time back in like '96 where there was something with Ahmed. He was getting over. Then unfortunately, injuries kind of took his toll, and then of course Stone Cold Steve Austin happened, and then something Ahmed just wasn't able to kind of put everything together and keep up with the Attitude Era.
You haven't heard the clip of Hunter saying he was terrible?
Well, I mean, that was the thing. He wasn't the best wrestler in the world, but he's like an Ultimate Warrior type where he had like the charisma and the look, but wrestling wise didn't put it all together. I mean, if you look at him when he returned in WCW, was in Harlem Heat 2.0, it was a tough watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
SmackDown. Orton came back.
Orton did come back, and he took a good old long game to that WWE Championship. This is a kind of subtle story they've been building for a long time.
We're back where we were before Cody lost the title.
Yeah, and you try to build out WrestleMania. What is this gonna look like? I mean, is it just simple as Rock or Randy and Cody? Randy
Well,
turns heel. I mean that doesn't feel like
Randy
a big WrestleMania match, but
Randy's not the only one that was looking at the WWE title. Jey Uso was also looking at the WWE Championship.
I mean,
And we'll talk about Jey Uso when we get to Raw, but
yeah, I mean, do you think Randy Cody is a adequate WrestleMania main event after what they've done these last like 3 to 4 years? I think it's a little bit of a step down, but the story
I
could be there. I just don't know if like
I
the
just
the
I just keep
magnitude is there.
thinking QB1 versus OTC1, the trilogy.
I mean, that's definitely a much bigger match than because Randy and Cody could be a fun story that feels a little bit more Royal Rumble esque.
Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber, Saturday night's main event,
Yeah. I mean, they've been teasing it for a while. We still got a few more months out until we turn that calendar. Um, but Randy's like in that same boat. Is you can turn him heel, but he's in the same boat as John Cena. Like you can turn him heel, but I don't think the crowd's gonna boo him. As dastardly as he may, even if he punts Brandy Rhodes, I don't think people are gonna boo him the next night.
I mean, Ernst Randy Orton, he's a master of the craft. If he works at it, they will boo him. And I think if he punts a woman, then he'll get booed.
Well, I mean, he'll get booed in the moment, but then they come back, to the next show next week on SmackDown. And they'll be like, "Oh, that's Randy. We love you," and then he'll say something mean, and they'll boo him. I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of like wrestling in 2025, anyways. But
Guys, we cheer the bad guys, we boo the heels. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
but we cheer stars.
Um, do they just cheer stars?
I mean, you said you get the Roman Reigns pop, or the John Cena one where you cheer him and then you boo him immediately.
Well, no, that's because they were they were trying to go against the office. Like I mean, I know you went to quite a few of those big dog era matches.
Big dog.
If you listened, bro, like his music would hit. Oh, wait, we're not supposed to like him. Boo, boo. This is going against the office. We're booing him to let you know, Vince. Like that's all that ever was. That's all it ever was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn retained the U.S. title against Javon Evans. Hell of a weekend for this kid. Debut or SmackDown debut against Sami Zayn, hell of a match, and then was it NXT No Mercy defeats Josh Briggs.
Yeah, Javon Evans, one of those people that to keep an eye out from NXT. Undersized, but definitely has the athleticism to have some really good matches in the WWE environment. So,
Unbelievable charisma.
just something to keep an eye on. Once again, good match from Sami Zayn. They've been doing this open challenge the last few weeks. It's one of those things where you know the outcome, but the matches themselves athletically are really good. So
They're fire, yeah.
just keep it going.
Let's talk about keeping it going with Tiffany Stratton retaining the WWE Championship. Oh, yeah. Jade Cargill gets busted open. There were some miscommunications, but nonetheless, Tiffany Stratton is still the WWE Women's Champion. She faces Stephanie Vaquer in Perth for the Crown Jewel Championship.
Yeah, tough scenes all the way around.
Now, look, I'm always gonna be the guy where, look, if you're not a wrestler and you're criticizing in-ring work, who the hell are you? I'm always gonna be that guy. Obviously, some things were mistimed and messed up. I mean, we don't know. We don't
I
know.
don't understand. Like, I saw a lot of people like blaming Tiffany for it, which I didn't really understand.
I mean, like, if you, because what Jade hits her move on Nia. Nia's, I think Tiffany was supposed to break it up. I believe so. I believe. Uh, and then
But she kicked her off, and then she went for the pin,
yeah,
and then either Nia didn't kick out or the ref, because that doesn't seem like that'd be a finishing sequence. I don't know. It's just, and then like I've my assumption, or at least what I've kind of come to understand, is like the refs are supposed to count. Like they're supposed to like count three regardless of what happens, like count it like
yeah,
it's a shoot.
maybe.
But
I mean, but she has an earpiece in her ear, so maybe they were telling her something different. Like I said, we don't know. We don't know.
yeah, it's very. I mean, one of the things in WWE Unreal was you kind of showed, for better or for worse, how scripted everything is in the ring in WWE.
So I mean, at that point, they were just going on the fly. I mean, they got there. They got to where they needed to go. Yeah, Tiffany retains.
Yeah, Tiffany
Jade
and
Cargill, hell of a gash on her eyebrow though.
yeah, it seems as though she's gonna be okay. Kind of avoided any type of surgery or like reconstruction, plastic surgery, reconstruction, whatever. So hopefully she'll be fine. She'll come back in a few weeks. Other thing is like, where the hell is Bianca Belair? Like she hurt her finger.
She broke her finger.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to a finger, but like, was there like some ligament damage or something in there? Like that was
I don't know because
five 6 months ago.
I saw she did an appearance with Montez Ford and she still had a thing covering up her finger.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, don't rush her back. Health wise and creative wise. Don't just put her in and kind of be like the Rhea Ripley. She just kind of hangs around and does nothing.
Well, where would she go?
I don't know. But Tiffany and Stephanie.
Bianca versus Jade, #1 contendership?
Maybe. I mean, we never did get like the full heel turn or kind of full breakup. I'm not saying you have to do that, but kind of the fallout of what happened with Naomi.
And does Bianca beat Jade and Jade gets pissed off and turns heel and then elevates herself like that?
Maybe. I mean, the Jade experiment thus far has not really worked out. I don't know if turning her is going to fix everything.
This is like the first time she's really getting to do singles stuff. Because remember, she debuted, she did the Rumble spot, and then they threw her in the tag with Bianca and whatnot. And then, she was gone because Naomi attacked her. So this is really her first time really getting to do a lot of the singles stuff this past few months. Like the stuff with Naomi was good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been a complete failure, but I just don't think that she's at that top level like maybe they expect her to be.
Does she need a mouthpiece?
I don't think the mouth. I think that's her charisma and her talking is not the issue.
Just I don't know where like I said, we don't know what's going on over there. We just got to give it a little bit more time, man. We gotta wait and see. We'll see how she's looking. By in a couple more months, by the end of the year, going into 2026, we got to see. New NXT champion Ricky Saints You love to see it, man. He defeated Elba Femi clean.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise there with the Starks Saints. That's the name. Defeating Obafemi. People were a little bit up in arms. Like it just took like a couple of DDTs and that was it after kind of the massive run that Femi had leading up to that point. But it's kind of put up or shut up time. I think for
Well, I
Saints.
mean, I don't. I guess it doesn't matter who you are. If your head is getting slammed into a hard canvas, pavement, etc., you're going to be knocked unconscious for at least 3 seconds.
At least, but I think this, we just talked about Jade Cargill. I think it is a little put up or shut up time with Saints in terms of because I think it has been a little underwhelming in terms of what he has been able to do in NXT.
Well,
I'm not
he
saying
came
if you
in.
put the championship on him, it fixes everything, but
He just got it. We got to wait and see. We have to wait and see.
yeah, but he's been there for how long now? It's been like 10
Because like
months.
he was the North American champion. He did his thing with Ethan Page. Ethan Page has really taken that North American title, and he's done. This is better than his NXT title run, hands down. The stuff he's doing, the addition of Chelsea Green, it makes it all better. But yeah, no. Let's see what Ricky Saints can do, man. He just got the title. Let's see. Let's see what he does in this main event slot on this channel, and then obvious. Ash by Elegance had to relinquish the TNA Knockouts title. So Kalani Jordan, she is the second NXT star to win the Knockouts title besides JC Jane. So congratulations to Kalani. And this all leads to what was supposed to be Invasion, but is now NXT TNA Showdown happening next week.
Yeah,
Or is
another.
it next week or is it November?
Let's just check it out real quick. Let's see.
Is it
October 7th.
October? Okay, so yeah, next week. Okay.
Just another instance of NXT taking a TNA title, and then Kalani Joyner, who's an NXT person, is then like the female captain of TNA.
But why is Trick Williams on Team NXT when he's the TNA champ? Is he going to destroy the? Or no, but I don't. No, he's been just I understand why he's on Team NXT, given all he's been doing with TNA and dangling that carrot in front of Mike Santana. Is I would say does Mike Santana get a pin over Trick here, but nah. Should they have just done it in New York?
I mean, I was saying that you say you try to put it off to culminate at the biggest show of the year when maybe the hottest point was in New York.
But then like it would have been like then what's it's always the what's next.
I mean, they waited with Joe Hendry, and we saw how that paid off. Yes, it was sort of big in the moment, but it would not have been as big as
Yeah,
they
it led to
did it a
him.
couple months earlier,
It led to him wearing the TNA title at WrestleMania.
which seemed like that was the only reason they waited. But then you could have just had him have a longer title reign by a couple
True.
months.
But I'm saying if Mike would have beat him in New York, then who would have been first up? Who would have been next in line?
I mean, I'm not locked into TNA to know their exact depth chart, but
Bro,
I know what a terrible person I am.
speaking of TNA, a lot of TNA stars are going to be in the Bay Area this Saturday for Stars of Wrestling.
Look at that. Come out.
Yeah, come on, man. But yeah, I mean, NXT Showdown is going to be something. It's going to be a massive event. We are going to talk about it. Tessa Blanchard announced for CMLL.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly it was, but there was some sort of interview, some sort of presentation, and Tessa Blanchard, a TNA person, is going to be back in CMLL, which has a working relationship with AEW and New Japan. So, a lot of things going on there.
Hey, man. Is CMLL the real Forbidden Door?
Maybe. I mean, Tessa Blanchard, she made her name in Mexico in CMLL. I believe her boyfriend, partner, whatever, I think
Braga.
is still in CMLL. So, obviously the connection there. And, it's kind of one of those weirder things where, because Mexico, CMLL, and AAA are very much rivals, do not like each other. So it's like if one person is very much attached to one, they are not going to go to the other.
Yeah, they got a lot of. I mean, well, AAA is in bed with WWE now, so I don't think Tessa was coming over here anyway.
But, she's with TNA. TNA's with WWE. So it's
She hasn't been on WWE television.
that's the thing. It's like she's the Forbidden Door.
She's the one that hasn't been on there. Masha was on there before, that stuff happened.
Well, there's a reason for Tessa. I don't think the female locker room might be the biggest fans of Tessa Blanchard.
dude, that was. I still think about that. You know, like it was 5 years ago when that news broke. Why wait till the night before she wins the knockouts championship or the male heavyweight title? Why didn't all this information come out beforehand? I've always wondered that.
No idea.
Yeah, I mean it's something we'll never know unless the people involved speak up about that. The waiting. Raw recap on Netflix. Netflix. So my mom was like, "Did Roman Reigns come back?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's see." We turn on Raw on Netflix. The Usos are going up against the Braun Bros. I like their jackets, man. The black and gold singlets, the black and gold jackets. They look like a team.
Look at that. An
Bro,
actual team.
Steiner Bros esque. I'd love it. I
Yeah, I
love
do
it.
like the Steiner Brothers jackets that they wear. Those are nice.
They do look. We should get some of those. Let's say Bullycast.
I mean, Halloween is around the corner.
Who cares for Halloween, bro? Just wear them.
Just
It's
just as a
getting
just a
cold outside. Get some leather jackets. Get some leather
foundational.
jackets.
I've always wanted a leather jacket, but those things are expensive.
You've never had a leather jacket?
I never. I mean, I had like a faux leather jacket, like a brown one, but
Okay.
yeah.
I've had a, you know, I've had a.
I always
even
wanted
like
to
a
live
really
out my Finn Balor fantasy and have one of those nice black leather jackets.
Brandon, your birthday's in July. Oh damn.
I know. I mean, that's the best time to get a leather jacket. Is it in the summertime? 'Cause it's on
Oh yeah,
sale.
it's cheap. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we know what we're looking forward to in July then, huh?
Yep. Everyone
You just want to
save
get
up money and
get
give
a
me
leather
all
jacket
the.
and throw your arms up.
Yep. Give me all the leather jackets.
Got you. We got to get Brandon leather jacket and throw his arms up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Usos are going out there. They're doing the damn thing. Paul Heyman, the Oracle, is telling the Braun Bros to stack them on top of each other. Who used to stack people on top of each other?
The big dog.
Yes, Roman, the tribal chief,
Oh, sorry.
Roman Reigns.
Sorry.
Looks like Bronson. Did I tell you about my disdain for Bronson Reed right now? Have I told you this,
What's wrong with Bronson Reed?
bro? I wanted to name a move Jagged Edge, and he's out here just doing a move called Jagged Edge, and that upsets me now.
Tough.
I don't want to say he stole my shit, but like, goddamn, I got to go back to the drawing board. I was ready, Brandon. I was gonna practice the move. I was gonna break it out, and then bam, he just does a Death Valley driver and calls it a Jagged Edge. I mean, mine wasn't gonna be a Death Valley driver. Mine was gonna be something obviously more devastating. But here we are.
Damn shame.
Yeah. Anyway, Bronson Reed's going for a long distance tsunami. The tribal chief's music hits. He comes out there with a chair. Luckily, he didn't cut himself open like Jay did off of the chair off of Braun Breaker's back. You know, Braun Breaker has a strong back. One of the strongest backs in the biz. Just tearing him up. Double splash by the Usos. 1, 2, 3. The Usos beat the Braun Bros. And Roman, he's talking specifically to Jay. This is you. This is your time. Smash them all. Fuck them all. This is all about you. This is all about you. Bro, have we gotten to the point where I heard this on Sam Roberts? Is Jay about to become the tribal chief? Is Jimmy about to be the right-hand man like Jay was to Roman? And is Roman about to be Jay's wise man?
Maybe. I mean, Jimmy was, in the background, and these things are never a coincidence. It's never an accident that he was just back there and he kind of was like looking very quizzically, and like it was hard to read if he like was disapproving or was like,
It was like, bruh. Yeah, I mean, he was disapproved. Remember, like back in the day, like when Roman first started telling Jay to like, we're gonna get this going, and your brother better fall in line. What I heard Sam Roberts say this. What if the Bloodline story was not Roman Reigns' story? Who developed the most from the Bloodline story?
that would be the tag team wrestlers turn into a singles world champion.
Main event Jey Uso. So what if the whole point of the Bloodline story was for main event or for Jey Uso to get to the point that Roman was? Man, what if Jey Uso challenges Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship
My only thing is,
to bring the title back to the family?
it makes sense in theory. It sounds like a good idea. It does seem a little bit like kind of NWO-esque, where it's like, okay, remember that storyline that worked really well a couple years ago? Let's sort of run it back, but a little different, and it doesn't work.
Well, no, I don't think they're going to go full-fledged like with all the members and all the titles and everything like that. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy like that.
I'm just saying, like, running a story back with a little bit like, NWO 2000 or whatever the other
No,
incarnations,
no,
Wolfpack
because
and stuff like that.
we have to look at it like when the Bloodline story first started, we thought, okay, this is Roman Reigns. He's turned heel freshly. Let's see how this works. That's what we all thought it was. But now that given all the time has passed, what if this is was the direction all along? What if this? I mean, what if they go in that direction? Jay Uso, uh, realizing that, all right, I need to do this to get to the top. I was having fun, I was yeeting, and I was world champion for what 50 days, and that's it. Nah, I deserve more than that.
Now, if we go down this route, you take away the Yeet. Because it's like, if you take away the Yeet,
I
I
think
think that.
you let the fans yeet. He doesn't necessarily have to, but you let they've become conditioned enough. They know when to yeet on the beat. It's like Finn Balor. If he came out to his old theme song and didn't throw his hands up, people know when to throw the hands up.
But I think half the fun of the fans doing it is having Jay doing it with them. I mean, he literally brought out
Yeah.
like they had the kid who was shirtless and had fake tattoos on and glasses, which I don't know if that was a plant or not, but I mean, it was a hell of a visual. But we'll have to wait and see. Clearly, there is something in line with Jay and his story development. We speculated maybe a heel turn. It doesn't look like that. It looks maybe more of like a seriousness, switch up. But then, like I said, you take away the yeet or limit the yeet or whatever yeet we're doing. I don't know how that translates to crowd response.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. I mean, we shall see with the Yeats. But yes, the tribal chief is back. Good things are happening. Cody and Seth's promo. You see right before the Vision walk out to the match, that Seth is right there, and he just says, like, I have to beat him. And then Paul Heyman's about to go off, and like, no, like, I have to beat him. You haven't seen a determination in Seth's eyes like this in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the actual kind of promos and stuff was really run of the mill, and like nothing too different, nothing too spectacular. But I thought the key point was Seth's kind of determination and desperation to beat Cody, and it kind of like makes a focus point on him in terms of like he has to do it, and which kind of telegraphs he's probably going to win, maybe cheat to win, bad finish and all that stuff. But I think that's the more intriguing part because Cody has basically beat Seth every time, but then Seth is the heel, so trying to walk that line of not trying to make Seth feel like the underdog here, but then also trying to tell an intriguing story for wanting the fans to want Cody to beat Seth.
I mean, it elevates Seth. It elevates his championship. An immense deal. I do think Seth Rollins should beat Cody Rhodes. Cody can take a loss. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
not
I
for
mean, what last time it was Cody and Gunther,
and Cody beat Gunther.
and Cody beat Gunther. You know,
They did the Roddy Piper Bret Hart finish.
and I would assume if Cody, if when they have this match, there's probably be some sort of interference. Probably Randy gets involved too, and we're gonna have some sort of chicanery involved that leads to Cody or Seth
The
eventually winning.
Vision, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, the Usos, Roman Reigns are all going to run out there.
Undertaker shows up.
Undertaker shows up on his hog.
Yeah, starts cranking hog.
Yep. Just a whole bunch of nonsense. Raquel Rodriguez defeated Bayley.
Yeah, they continue this little thing with Bayley and Lyra. It's kind of intriguing. They're kind of walking that line of seriousness/comedy with Bayley. I don't know, like what the next step is exactly, besides her just kind of like bouncing between all her different characters. Because she's not doing the mankind gimmick where she's literally dressed up as a different character. She's just herself, but just acting different ways. So I don't know, where this leads. Does it lead to a tag team championship thing? Does it lead to just, you know, a singles match with Bayley and Lyra down the line? I don't know, but definitely
Yeah, this is
early stages.
Bailey's lost her marbles, man. Bailey has lost her marbles. You stupid idiots.
I do like how they're not like playing it up like in a bad way. Like, because I feel like if this was in the Vince McMahon era, maybe they'd make it like a little tone depth in terms of like, mental health and kind of that type of angle. But luckily, they're treating it with like enough sort of seriousness, but then also it's a little bit kooky and over the top to where, there is not comedy per se, and we're not like laughing at Bailey. It's more just like a what is going on with her type of story and feeling. There's a lot of different women's storylines going on, including the whole Io, Asuka, Kyrie thing with
Riho?
Riho. Acting itself is not good, but at least there's like a cohesive kind of story within like the women's mid card, which I appreciate. We're not just having title feuds in the women's division. Um, yeah, and Riho, as everyone's calling them, apparently, should be a fun tag team. The two biggest stars, I think, on the Raw side. Um,
Yeah.
little soap opera-y for my taste, but we'll see where that
Dude,
goes.
that's what cinema is, bro. It's soap opera-y.
It's soap opera-y in the story itself, and also kind of the overacting cheesiness of it.
All right, let's talk about AEW. This is what I wanted to get at here.
6-year anniversary of Dynamite, Phillip. It's been 6 years.
Yes, Andrade is back. So let me read this off. Let me read this off. March 21st, 2021, Andrade leaves WWE. June 4th, 2021, Andrade arrives in AEW. December 30th, 2023, Andrade leaves AEW. January 27th, 2020. He was only there for a year, Jesus. Andrade arrives in WWE. September 13th, 2025, Andrade leaves WWE. October 1st, 2025, Andrade arrives in AEW. He's the first guy to go from WWE to AEW, back to WWE, back to AEW.
6 years in, we're still having first for AEW.
I mean, really, don't think about it. WWE, AEW, WWE, AEW.
And he went after the big guns. He went after Kenny Omega after a tag team match that Kenny and Brodito won. He ends up joining the Don Callis family. So the Don Callis family grew quite a bit on this episode. Andrade and Kenny should be a really good match. I would assume it's going to happen at
Why is
Wrestle
Kenny
Dream.
Omega still feuding with the Don Callis family? I thought that was done.
Well, it's like the Peter Griffin and the chicken. Just it never ends.
Why did you say chicken, bro? You know I hate chicken.
Sorry. You hate that chicken?
I hate all the chickens.
All the chickens, but especially the yellow ones. We talked about Andrade. I think when he got released from WWE, it's like when he was with Zelina, that was kind of like the best aspect of him, and he has a mouth. Zelina was really his mouthpiece. He kind of was like on his own for the most part. But if Don Callis is there to talk for him, and he's able to talk a little bit in English, maybe that works. I still feel he's talented, but there's just something that is missing, which may be more behind the scenes thing than in front of the camera thing. So I don't know what exactly is wrong with Andrade and why he hasn't clicked in these, ever since he got called up to the main roster.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw what you call it? What's his face? After Andrade's AEW debut, Santos Escobar, he posted something. Only a matter of time.
In terms of like he's leaving or that Andrade come calling back to AEW.
Maybe his contract's almost up.
I mean,
I always wanted them to do like some kind of like cartel gimmick, bro. Like Santos, he gets back with a Legado del Fantasma, and like he just walks down to the ramp one day, whispers something in their ear, and they just like decimate somebody. I always wanted something like that for them, but I guess not.
they did a little something like that in NXT with Legado and in the
Oh,
Mafia.
maybe they all leave and they reunite with Electra Lopez. She's doing stuff in the Indies, and maybe they do it there.
Maybe.
Maybe they bring it to House of Glory.
Quite possibly, but yeah. I just think like politically it made sense for Andrade to go back to AEW because, like I said, he can't go to AAA. If he wants to go to CMLL, he's gonna have to probably go through AEW and those New Japan. If La Sombra is gonna come back, which I doubt, he's probably just gonna be Andrade from now on. But if he wants to go to other places, he probably has to rebuild that fence or that bridge with AEW, and that's what he did.
Yeah. We shall see what happens. Kyle Fletcher defeated Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, a TNT title match. What you'd expect. A really good match from this from these two guys, and then we get Hologram comes out and then turns on Orange Cassidy, but it was not Hologram. It was the clone, El Clone. And then he ends up joining the Don Callis family. So Fletcher retains. So the Don Callis family gets two luchadors added to his stable. They've been teasing this clone gimmick for a while now with like glitches, mainly on Collision, which is kind of where Hologram resides. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't know too much about the guy who's playing it, if he's super talented or if it's a big get for AEW. But we're gonna have some sort of evil hologram versus good hologram story, which it worked well for Sin Cara all those years ago, right? So let's do it again.
No, don't do it again, please.
Uh,
Don't do it again
then
at all.
then we had the Ops and Hangman Adam Page taking on the Death Riders. The Ops and Page win, and then this set up some disgruntlement from Samoa Joe and Hangman Page. So they yell at each other. Samoa Joe, former AEW champion, says he's never beaten, or that Page never beat him. And then this sets up a title match, presumably the main event for Wrestle Dream, Samoa Joe and Hangman Page. And another match that's getting set up is Tony Storm and Chris Statlander. Tony Storm had a basically, a squash match with against Ty Mello. So, you know, we're gonna run it back with we're not running it back. We're gonna have the first time ever Chris Statlander and Tony Storm. Main event. Speaking of Statlander, her and Darby Allin defeated Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta. Tornado match. There was some hardcore stuff in there. Poor Marina had her feet smashed in with some thumbtacks. That did not look great. And
That's oh my god, that was crazy.
yeah, Darby and Statlander win. So what you'd expect, a little brawl with Statlander and Storm. So Wrestle Dream is taking shape and it looking like a once again in ring wise should be really fun, really good show.
I hope so. I hope so, man. I hope so. Uh, yeah, yeah. That was it.
Yep, that's it. It was a long show.
Yeah,
It was like almost 2.5 hours for Dynamite.
yeah, you love to see it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of wrestling is going on. A lot of wrestling's going on this weekend in the Bay Area. Make sure you check it out. Let's see what is going on. Big time wrestling. The legacy lives on. 29-year anniversary. One of the ops, Will Hobbs, will be in attendance. You can also see Aaron Solo, QT Marshall, Timothy Thatcher, Vert Vixen, Danhausen, Los Suavecitos, Jerry Gigolo, Marcus Lewis, and Bret the Hitman Hart. You can check all that out. And then, of course, Stars of Wrestling Red October is happening this Saturday, Alameda Point Gym in Alameda, California. Man, you got a lot. There are so many people on this card, bro. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Sydney Akeem, Kaya Dream, JTG, SPS, Dave Dutra, Moose, Aaron Solo, Tasha Steeles, Ash by Elegance, Deanna Parazzo, Lady Frost, Fred Rosser, Beatrice Domino's wrestling for the Women's Championship. Dom Sirius is also in action. Christina Von Eerie will be in attendance. There's so much happening on this show, bro. You do not want to miss it. You do not want to miss any of it. Yeah, go check it out, man. The last Stars Wrestling was so packed. It started a little later because fans were coming into the building, bro. So you know what's popping.
Brand new whip. Just watch. I don't know what the song's called. Yeah,
What?
uh, the is that Jack Harlow?
What?
I don't know. How
I
you do,
don't.
you fellow kids?
Yeah. All right. That's gonna do it.
What
Thank
an
you guys
ending.
so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir.